Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremony for graduates of the Faculty of Environmental Studies and the Faculty of Health and Behavioural Sciences. In a few minutes, the graduation ceremony will commence. The procession of staff will enter first. After a brief pause, the university fanfares will announce the entry of the dais party. I will signal to you that you are to rise and remain standing until both the staff procession and the dais party are seated. Please do not stand until I ask you to. May I also remind you that flash photography is prohibited in this auditorium. For the mutual comfort and enjoyment of all members of the audience, the university requests your cooperation in observing this rule.
Sir Theodore Bray, former Chancellor of the University, Mr Bob Quinn, Queensland Minister for Education, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course graduates. It is customary for the University and its guests to gather as a body for the purpose of conferring academic awards on its graduates. On behalf of the Chancellor of Griffith University, Mr Justice McCrossan, and the members of the University's Council, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this evening's graduation ceremony. The conferral of an academic degree marks the culmination of years of study and unremitting dedication on the part of each graduate. It is one of the truly memorable events in a student's life and is therefore a time for happiness and a time for celebration. On behalf of the University, I extend a special welcome to our graduates who are here with their friends and their families, and I extend to them my particular congratulations on their success. Tonight is also a special occasion for our distinguished guest, Professor Arthur Brownlee, AM. In honour of Professor Brownlee's outstanding services to the University and to community health, Griffith University will bestow on him this evening its degree of Doctor of the University. More will be said about Professor Brownlee later in the proceedings. In the meantime, I extend to him a very warm welcome, and we are delighted that he is able to share with us this important event in the life of the University. 1996 is a significant year for Griffith University, marking as it does our 25th anniversary. Throughout this anniversary year, members of the university community will have the opportunity to reflect on Griffith's past and join together in celebration of its many achievements. Since its establishment in 1971, Griffith University has maintained a unique vision and a distinctive mission in the pursuit of academic excellence and in the provision of community service. Its commitment to a collaborative and interdisciplinary approach to teaching and research, together with a progressive and innovative outlook, has seen the university chart a new path across the higher education landscape of Australia. At Griffith, our degree courses have been carefully structured to reflect the constantly changing face of future trends and worldwide directions. The courses we pioneered in public policy and administration, in environmental science, in Asian relations, in health and in technology management, to name only a few, are now long-standing examples of Griffith's innovation in course development. Today, Griffith University enjoys a national reputation for excellence in many fields and is one of Australia's fastest growing universities. In 1996, the university will have some 20,000 students on 5 campuses, from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, with a 6th campus to be established at Meadowbrook and Logan City. Griffith has received an additional 1,150 places for the period 1996 through 1998. Of these, 60% will be allocated to the Gold Coast campus and 40% to the new campus at Logan. The strong demand for Griffith University courses was clearly demonstrated in the overall number of applications for admission lodged for 1996. Despite a nationwide decrease in the overall number of students applying to higher education institutions, Griffith University received more applications per quota place than any other university in Queensland. All faculties, colleges, divisions and campuses have contributed to Griffith University's success, and all members of the university community are to be congratulated. This evening, Our graduates are from the Faculty of Environmental Sciences and the Faculty of Health and Behavioural Science. Over the years, each of these faculties have grown and adapted to the ever-changing needs for an increasingly complex world in which we live. This year, the Faculty of Environmental Sciences introduced 2 new undergraduate courses, the Bachelor of Environmental Technology and a combined degree in Mathematics, Statistics and Supercomputing. At the postgraduate level, 4 engineering subjects have been developed for flexible delivery mode. This will give students outside of Brisbane educational opportunities that were previously denied to them. The faculty has also significantly expanded its array of research units and centres to address emerging needs. The Centre for Innovation and Research in Environmental Education, the Environmental Modelling Research Unit and the Centre for Land Conservation were all established in 1995. All 3 will be aimed at promoting innovative and practical approaches to environmental conservation. In response to the changing needs within the health sector, the Faculty of Health and Behavioural Sciences has introduced a new PhD which combines professional training in clinical psychology with the traditional research focus of a doctorate. It is also offering a new graduate diploma, Master of Human Services, aimed at broadening the university's offering in the health services area. The research profile of the Health and Behavioural Sciences faculty was further enhanced this year with the commencement of a collaborative project between Griffith University and the University of Utah in the USA on improving health at the family level. The faculty has also received a grant of $300,000 from the Motor Accident Insurance Commission to establish a research fellowship in rehabilitation. Let me return now to you, the students who have completed your studies and who are to receive your awards tonight. You have demonstrated a command of the knowledge and skills necessary for your chosen field of endeavour, as well as a willingness to persist with the level of discipline needed for high achievement in any field. Together, these qualities provide an excellent foundation for establishing a successful career. Whichever discipline you pursue, it is important that you do it with determination and with an overwhelming can-do attitude. You, our graduates this evening, join an impressive company of people who have already achieved success and acclaim in Australia and overseas. You, our new graduates, will, I am sure, make an equal contribution. As we continue with this evening's proceedings, I express warm congratulations to each of the graduates and extend to you our best wishes for your life ahead. Thank you. I now call on the Deans to present the graduates from the faculties who are to receive their awards at this ceremony.
Deputy Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Environmental Sciences.
Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Engineering in Environmental Engineering. Jodie Beljohn. Glenn Cancilio. Paul Cheel. Louisa Farrell. Joe Feltham. Sean Ferris. Andrew Thomas. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics and Statistics. David Ambler. David Appleby. Andrew Blair. Gregory Chang. Glenn Scarf. Amanda Souza. Ian Taylor. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Science in Australian Environmental Studies. Eri Arito. Matthew Armstead. Mark Ayres. Katrin Bob. Thomas Baskerville. Cara Beale. Marguerite Bennett. Christina Benson. David Bruckner. Dominique Burgess. Naomi Castle. Kay Clark. Sarah Connor. Vanessa Coverdale. Emma Cremeri. Michael Dart. Sinead Donnelly. Kay Earnshaw. Timothy Ellis. Felicity Fay. Helena Fendel. Lachlan Gibson. Sally Hayes. Karen Henderson. Scott Hogan. Kirsty Hudson. Louise Kilgore. Jason King. Peter Lander. Deborah Law. Carly Lawler. Shannon McKiernan. Shelley McPhee. Michael Murphy. Andrew Parker. Trevor Parker. Marie Peaver. Tina Pennington. Natasha Petherick. Simon Philemon. Alana Phillips. Alexandria Pratt. Paula Roberts. Rachel Second. Rebecca Shepherd. Lyndall Sleep. Natasha Smith. Lynn Snoddy. Kylie Stathis. Vesna Stojakovic. Shelley Sullivan. Martin Sutcliffe. Leah Talbot. Amy Toohey. Warren Twist. Angela Willett. Michelle Winning. Julie White. Deputy Chancellor, the Medal for Achievement in the Bachelor's Degree course may be awarded annually to the graduate with the highest academic achievement in the course. The medal is not awarded if there is no candidate of sufficient merit. Deputy Chancellor, I present the graduate who has been granted the 1995 Environmental Engineering Medal, Megan Bennett. Deputy Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Bachelor of Engineering in Environmental Engineering with First Class Honours, Megan Bennett. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Engineering in Environmental Engineering with Second Class Honours, Division A, Yasmin Devar. Alan Lush. Kessia McGuckian. Jason Whitcomb. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Engineering in Environmental Engineering with Second Class Honours, Division B, Leisha Bartlett. Ted Buffane. Vanessa Cambridge. Andrew Dury. Zoe Hurrell. Melissa Johnson. Steve Marston. Karen Redhead. Stephen Robertson. Craig Tham. Anthony Wallace. Deputy Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Bachelor of Science with Second Class Honours, Division A, in the Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Arlene Wiseman. Deputy Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Bachelor of Science with First Class Honours in Australian Environmental Studies, Christopher Clifford. Deputy Chancellor, I present two graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Science with Second Class Honours Division A in Australian Environmental Studies, Mark Badstone. Ben Westerberg. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Graduate Diploma of Sustainable Land Management, Kylie Hay. Stephen Tapsell. Deputy Chancellor, I present two graduates who have been granted the Master of Engineering Science in Waste Management, Greg Chaplin. Joseph Latin. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Master of Environmental Education, John Bray. Mandy C. Judith Van Rossen. Kerry Wilson. Deputy Chancellor, I present two graduates who have been granted the Master of Public Health, Joanne Davies. Susan DeVries. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Master of Science in Environmental Management, Christopher Fitzgerald. Vicky Grease-Shaver. Bill Guinto. David Howley. Annette King. Michelle Manakaros. John Okello Okanya. Dennis Waper. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates of the Faculty of Environmental Sciences.
Deputy Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Health and Behavioral Sciences.
Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Bachelor of Nursing. Sandra Allendorf. Leanne Atkin. Anne-Marie Awabdi. Mark Baker. Monica Barrett. Kathleen Booth. Carol Brennan Forsyth. Kim Brody. Wendy Bryce. Donna Budge. Betty Cameron. Jenna Campbell. Louise Carney. Eileen Carolyn. Megan Carroll. Kelly Christian. Bronwyn Christensen. Stacey Clark. Alison Coop. Yvonne Cooper. Alison Copping. Andrew Corbett. Michelle Cousins. Melissa Cropper. Suzanne Daniels. Alison Davis. Jan Day. Vicky Day. Margaret Mary Dolan. Evelyn DeCayo. Helen Duggan. Christine Dvorak. Sue Ellen Dwyer. Sharon Dykes. Patricia Edwards. Liz Egan. Anita Eisenreich. Therese Marie Engelert. Ellen Ugard. Carrie Fairweather. Lainey Ferber. Orlando Ferrer. Graham Field. Cherry Firth. Chris Flatley. Amanda Foster. Kylie Galway. Amelita Gamboa. Julie Gardner. Daniela Geminelli. Anne Green. Donnell Hall. Fiona Hanrahan. Joan Harvey. Nicole Hazel. Paula Henderson. Jennifer Hill. Kylie Hobson. Thea Holbrook. Donna Holmes. Catherine Hooper. Marion Hooper. Leanne Hopgood. Kerry Ann Horwood. Jacqueline Hootsis. Rhonda Hughes. Kerry Hunt. Peter Hunt. Glenn Jacqueline Nguyen. Kay Jaffrey. Pauline James. Rebecca Joycey. Brett Jones. Grant Jones. Kylie Jones. Trudy Judd. Robert Kerr. Lyndall Kesby. Joan Kayad. Paul Kitchen. Lena Kajala. Shalon Kumar. Louise Lawrence. Magilla Leary. Margaret Lederhose. Margaret Lee. Matthew Lunn. Kirsten McKay. Leanne Madsen. Fiona Mansfield. Idalia Martinez. Heather Matheson. Danielle McEnany. Melissa McCormack. Jodie McDonald. Sarah McInnes. Carol McKenzie. Bianca McLean. Genevieve McMahon. Joanne McNeil. Kim McNulty. Helen McTavish. Peter Menlo. Susan Millward. Kylie Newsom. Kathy Nicholson. Anne Nowland. Jennifer Nurse. Michelle O'Donnell. Sarah Ongondori. Robert Ollier. Michelle Paget. Penny Fegan. Barbara Pohl. Kirsty Pollitt. Louise Pratt. Angela Ray. Kylie Regan. Donna Rickson. Marty Rogan. Peter Roll. Alison Ruiz. Maria Salazar. Robin Sanderson. Catherine Savage. Lynn Shaw. Gay Marie Shepherd. Larry Sheriff. Janice Skinner. Miriam South. Angela Spencer. Annette Spiller. Nathan Stella. Sandy Stevens. Brenda Suddies. Karen Taylor. Rebecca Thomas. Freya Todd. Therese Tui. Karen Tui. Christine Tuskin. Anne Visco. Craig Walters. Kim Walters. Andrew Ward. Sally Ward. Carolyn Wilson. Jenny Wilson. Jennifer Woolley. Holly Wright. Peter Ann Zimmerman. Deputy Chancellor, the Medal for Achievement in the Bachelor's Degree course may be awarded annually to the graduate with the highest academic achievement in the course. The medal is not awarded if there is no candidate of sufficient merit. Deputy Chancellor, I present the graduate who has been granted the Nursing Medal, Rebecca Jane Thomas. Deputy Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Graduate Diploma of Mental Health Nursing, Kevin Bull. Deputy Chancellor, I present graduates who have been granted the Graduate Diploma of Midwifery, Renee Coker. Tony Marie Henaway. Natalie Luxton. Karen Marshall. Judy Moon. Karen Murfield. Lisa Page. Robin Silsbury. Alicia Walden. Deputy Chancellor, I present a graduate who has been granted the Bachelor of Science with First Class Honours in Australian Environmental Studies, Stephen Kalmar. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates of the Faculty of Health and Behavioural Sciences.
Deputy Chancellor, the Acting Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research will now present graduates who have been granted the degrees of Master of Philosophy and Doctor of Philosophy.
Deputy Chancellor, the Master of Philosophy is a program of supervised research training culminating in a thesis which must demonstrate the candidate's knowledge of a particular discipline and research topic, a capacity for clear, methodical thinking, and the ability to present the results of research in a succinct and cogent form. Tonight, the University is proud to honour its graduates who have satisfied these rigorous criteria for the award of the degree. Deputy Chancellor Robert Hector Coates has been granted the degree of Master of Philosophy taken on the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. The title of Mr. Coates' thesis is Plant Community Structure and Dynamics of Aeolian Sand Dunes, Coonboo Lake Area, Fraser Island. Deputy Chancellor, I present Robert Hector Coates. Deputy Chancellor Mark James Kennard has been granted the degree of Master of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. The title of Mr. Kennard's thesis is Factors Influencing Freshwater Fish Assemblages in Floodplain Lagoons of the Normanby River, Cape York Peninsula, a large tropical Australian river. Deputy Chancellor, I present Mark James Kennard. Deputy Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a prescribed program of study, principally of research. A thesis embodying the outcomes of the research is the principal basis of examination. The degree is only awarded if the examiners are satisfied that the thesis makes a significant and original contribution to knowledge and understanding of the field of knowledge with which it is concerned. Tonight, the University is proud to honour its Doctor of Philosophy graduates who have satisfied these rigorous criteria for the award of the degree. Deputy Chancellor Igor Evgenovich Agranovsky has been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. Fibrous filters are the most commonly used air pollution control technology for particles and aerosols. Dr. Agranovsky has examined parameters which affected the efficiency of these devices and has solved the problem of particle breakthrough by optimising the aspect ratio of the filter. This research has led to the development of a new instrument for the measurement of the absolute concentration of aerosols in the gas stream. A new filter device has been developed and patented, which is 45% higher in efficiency than existing technologies. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Igor Evgenovich Agranovsky. Deputy Chancellor Fadila Majid Cook has been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. Dr. Cook's thesis is a critical study of tropical forestry policy and management. Dr. Cook links local relations of power with national and global organisations, including industry, environmental groups and government. Power relations are at times oppressive, but also productive for local people. Forest policy is a realm of struggle, where policy is constantly made and remade. It is a major contribution to understanding the relationships in forest management among government bureaucracies, professional foresters and local people who live and work in the forest. Deputy Chancellor, I present Fadila Majid Cook. Deputy Chancellor Martin Ellen Hancock has been granted the degree of Doctor of Philosophy taken in the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. The glass shrimp, Paratia australiensis, is one of the most conspicuous and abundant animals in upland forest streams in southeast Queensland. Dr. Hancock found that the life history and dynamics of populations of this species were strongly influenced by spatial and temporal variation in water temperature and, to a lesser extent, hydrology. Detailed field and laboratory experiments demonstrated the relative influence of environmental and genetic factors on the life history of the shrimp and indicated that dispersal within streams was extremely limited. The study has made a significant contribution to our understanding of the ecology of stream organisms. Deputy Chancellor, I present Dr. Martin Allen Cook. Deputy Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of Master of Philosophy and Doctor of Philosophy graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a brief musical interlude performed by the Griffith University Collegiate Singers.
Joshua heard the Spirit. heard the Spirit of God. He blew his trumpet at Jericho, and the walls came a-tumbling down. Do you have the Spirit, children? Do you have the Spirit of God? It's a good, good feeling way down in your soul when you're walking in the Spirit of God. When you're walking in the Spirit of God. Now David knew the Spirit. David knew the Spirit of God when he played on his harp so melodiously. The evil spirits left no soul. Now Daniel knew the Spirit. He knew it. Daniel knew the Spirit of God. Even down in the lion's den, Daniel believed, and the lion's mouths were shut.
Do you have the Spirit of God?
It's a good, good feeling way down in your soul when you're walking in the Spirit of God. When you're walking in the Spirit of God. Walking in the Spirit. Walking in the Spirit. Walking in the Spirit. Walking in the Spirit. Walking in the Spirit of God. Farewell to old England forever. Farewell to my home bells as well. Farewell to the good old baby, where I once used to look such a swell. Singing tooralai, ooralai, adity, adity. Singing tooralai, ooralai, hey. Singing tooralai, ooralai, adity, adity. All about for Botany Bay. There's a captain as is our commander, there's a boatswain and all the ship's crew. There's a first and the second class passengers, knows what we poor convicts go through. Singing tooralai, ooralai, adity, adity. Singing tooralai, ooralai, hey. Singing tooralai, ooralai, adity, adity. All about for Botany Bay. Oh, had I the wings of a turtle dove, I'd soar on my pinions so high, step back to the arms of my bonny love, and in her sweet presence I'd die. Sing tooralai, ooralai, adity, adity. Sing tooralai, ooralai, hey. Sing tooralai, ooralai, adity, adity. All around for Botany Bay.
With the authority of the Council of the University, I shall now confer the degree of Doctor of the University. I now call upon the Acting Vice-Chancellor, Professor George Carney, to make this presentation.
Deputy Chancellor, the Council of the University has resolved to award the degree of Doctor of the University to Professor Arthur Brownlee, Member of the Order of Australia. Deputy Chancellor, Arthur Brownlee was born in 1930 in Newcastle, New South Wales. After completing his teacher training at Sydney Teachers College, he graduated from Sydney University with a Bachelor of Economics degree in 1954. Further university studies included a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1958 and a Master's degree in 1961 from the University of New England, as well as the award of a Doctor of Philosophy from Macquarie University in 1968. Arthur Brownlee began his working life in the steel industry in Newcastle before turning to teaching in New South Wales high schools. After lecturing in geography at Armidale Teachers College, he transferred to Wollongong as a foundation staff member of the Wollongong Teachers College. He subsequently became a lecturer in geography at the Wollongong University College, where he established the geography department. In 1968, he was appointed senior lecturer in geography at Macquarie University. His PhD was the first in medical geography in Australia, and he was awarded a National Institute of Health International Postdoctoral Research Fellowship, which he took up at the medical school at the University of California at San Francisco. Following numerous study visits to Southeast Asia, he broadened his health studies to include international health and transcultural psychiatry. In 1974, Arthur Brownlee was appointed a Foundation Professor in the School of Australian Environmental Studies at the newly established Griffith University. In this position, he was responsible for the development of environmental, community and public health, emphasis within the School of Environmental Studies. As well as supervising the university's first PhD student, he conceived and negotiated the Master's degree in Public Health, a collaborative offering by the 3 Brisbane universities, supported by the State Department of Health. Such a collaboration was a national first for public health education in Australia. From 1989 to 1990, Professor Brownlee served as the Interim Dean of the Faculty of Health and Behavioural Sciences, playing a major role in the development of that faculty's innovative approach to the education of health and human service professionals. In addition to his significant contributions as Foundation Head of the School of Occupational Health and Safety, and as Deputy Dean Research, he has also been Director of 2 research centres, the Institute of Applied Social Research and the Centre for Strategic Human Services. He supervised the only 3 PhD graduates in occupational health and safety in Queensland, and has won national competitive grants totalling almost $1 million for research in erosion control, genetic manipulation, risk management, doctor-patient relationships, occupational health and safety, healthcare in remote areas, and self-helping healthcare. In recognition of his efforts in the research area, Professor Brownlee was awarded the University Medal for Faculty Research in 1982 and the Bronze Medal of the Royal Geographical Society for Community Research in 1985. Outside the university, Professor Brownlee's contribution to the development of community health have been profound. He has made extensive contribution to policy reviews and program evaluation in public health and health promotion and in environmental impact assessment. He has been involved in evaluating national health programs, particularly for rural and remote areas, and was a founding member of the Australian and New Zealand Society for Epidemiology and Research. He became president of the Society, which subsequently became the Australian Public Health Association. In 1984, he was instrumental in establishing the Australian Self-Helping Healthcare Association. In addition, he currently chairs the Board of Senior Secondary School Studies Committee that designed the first health education syllabus in Queensland for years 11 and 12. Over the last 10 years, Professor Brownlee has played a leading role on a number of important state ministerial advisory committees. In 1988, he was appointed chair of the Minister for Education's Reference Committee on Human Relationship Education. Responsible for policy development and review for human relationship education in Queensland schools, the committee pioneered parent and community participation in curriculum design. In 1991, he was appointed chair of the Strategic Liaison Committee in the Department of Transport, providing advice to the Minister and Department on community participation procedures in connection with major transport developments, particularly in the South Eastern Corridor. Professor Brownlee was also a member for several years of the Genetic Manipulation Advisory Committee, reporting to the Commonwealth Minister for Administrative Services. He chaired that committee's Public Liaison Committee, responsible for communication with the public on developments in gene technology. Professor Brownlee's distinguished service in community health was recognised in January 1992 when he was appointed a member of the Order of Australia. It is especially fitting that the Council of Griffith University should honour Professor Arthur Brownlee in recognition of his many contributions to community health and his outstanding service to the university. Deputy Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Arthur Alexander Brownlee for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University.
Thank you, colleagues.
I now call upon Professor Arthur Brownlee, Doctor of the University, to deliver the occasional address.
Deputy Chancellor, colleagues, graduates, and our guests. It's of particular appreciation that I express my thanks to the university for its affirmation of my work, having been one of our 8 founding professors. And it's even more important, sir, that this is our Jubilee year, and that's a particular flavour that I enjoy at the moment. But I'd like to talk to our graduates. I want to challenge you to sustainable radicalism. Why? The very definition of what it is to be human is being deconstructed as we sit here. And it's being redefined by new knowledge that's coming out of the biological sciences, particularly genetics, and also the way economic rationalism is influencing our human services. I want you to fight as hard as you can against being defined as a fragment of DNA or as a fragment of need or as a skill fragment in a productive enterprise or as a fragment organism in a global ecosystem. I challenge you to sustainable radicalism so that we may continue to see true humanity sustained. I want to bring to the screen two grannies. One is a granny in care and the other is a Granny Smith apple. In a moment, we'll look at the first of these, but let me start with this. Are you more than a fragment of DNA, sir? Yes. There's so much work being done in genetics at the moment. The Human Genome Project is one, for example. We are learning more and more about genes. We are identifying genes that precipitate a risk to breast cancer, BRCA1, BRCA2, to high blood pressure, and even to Alzheimer's. In some countries, there is consideration that before you get a job or before you get your health insurance, you should be genetically screened. The Danes have already voted on that and said, what? No way. Take me as I am. Genetic counselling is based upon an assumptive framework that over the next few years is going to be open to remarkable challenge. Gene therapy is the way forward, they say. Early intervention. But if gene therapy is the cure, what is the disease? Let me read you a letter to the editor of the Daily Telegraph that's had a profound effect upon me. I read it when I was in England a couple of years ago looking at gene technology regulation. Listen to this letter. It was headed Downs Appeal. Sir, you report, May 13th, a new and quicker test for Down's syndrome in unborn babies. With the longer time factor, this will provide to consider termination of the pregnancy. May I speak up for Down's people? I am human, though somewhat different. When I was conceived, it was the beginning of my life, just as your conception was the beginning of your life. What have I done that I should be the subject of search and destroy. I am a happy person, in many ways fulfilled. I may be a more loving and lovable young person, more normal than those who mug, rape, rob and cheat. Yet a charity called Action Research, backed by the Medical Research Council, is engaged in discovering an easy test to pick me out. And this is hailed as progress. I would appeal for the money that is being spent on this underhand research to be directed towards helping Downs people in their development in a positive way. Signed, Mrs. M. Harrington, Middlesex. I want you to engage in sustained radicalism so that in talking about us as being human, we will always be seen as more than the sum of our genes. Second, let's turn to the human services. I'd like to show you a granny in care. It's not going to work very well, I'm sorry. I need my glasses to see that far. Here is Granny in bed, 2 people watching, 2 nursing staff, there you are, 2 nursing staff, and one nurse says to the other nurse, "It must be genetic. She's got Alzheimer's and her family has forgotten she exists." Okay, it must be genetic. Human services. Human services are organisations with a vested interest in defining you as client, patient, consumer or customer, based upon your needs, not upon your rights as a citizen, nor as a person who lives in a particular place. Your needs become their resources. So they struggle hard to find more and more needs that can be professionalised or medicalised and provide them with bigger, better service provisions. The politics of identity are probably the most important politics that this country faces at the moment. And you read about it and heard about it in the recent elections. Rights can only set the bottom benchmarks for us to be human in the politics of identity. Please be radical. Don't let them define us as nothing more than the sum of our needs or the panoply of our problems. Third, the workplace. Ma'am, are you going to be any more than a fragment of skill in the productive process? You would hope so, and so would I for you. There has been a tremendous managerial turbulence in big corporations over the last 5 years. And that turbulence has changed the way we are either loyal or not loyal to the workforce, to labour. And also, in that whole process, the gradual erosion of job security and long-term job planning. We must be more than our competencies, because competencies have a predilection for being superseded. And if we let them define us as just a bag of competencies, we're not going to be fully human. And the place is full of contradictions as well as unmanageability. Businesses struggle to innovate, but the community wants stability. Knowledge expands faster than our human minds can comprehend it all. And big corporations struggle for an international profile and lose interest in the domestic common good. Be radical. Don't let them define you by your competencies. We are more than our kit of competencies. Fourth. We are more than a fragment organism in the global ecosystem. I've done a lot of work in this country in the regulation of genetic modification and environmental releases of genetically modified organisms. Because of our gene splicing skill, Australia is at the cutting edge in the development of genetically modified plants, and we've got them released into the Australian environment already. Sugarcane, cotton, potatoes, peas, clover, lucerne, they're out there. But our risk assessments are flawed. They are no better than our assumptions. And our knowledge continues to challenge our assumptions. Yesterday's best practice may well be tomorrow's big mistake. For example, Danish studies very recently identified jumper genes. Now, I know you might get that mixed up. It's spelled Jumpergenes, jumper genes. Okay. Genes can leap from the modified species into other species. And that fact has now challenged the sense of control we have over keeping genetically modified species independent of, say, native background. And in that situation, we may well find the diffusion of, say, herbicide resistance from the modified plants into the native. And in the last 18 months to 2 years, there was another discovery in the gene world. The discovery was that a process called editing, where natural selection can operate on proteins not only through the original genes, but through another process totally independent of those genes. There are now two almost independent mechanisms for evolution and natural selection. And that knowledge challenges the assumption that we made some time ago that if you read the genes of an organism, you knew a lot about it. We now know that even if we read the genetic information, we know less than we thought we would. And what happens? You get the mad cow syndrome. Now, I'm not saying that's you, sir. I know you've got a stake in it. Right. Sorry about that. Okay. Mad cow. The public loses confidence when scientific information is distributed within an economic or political framework. And no amount of political assurance based upon scientific evidence is going to convince the Brits that they weren't hoodwinked. If you look at the politics of global warming and the politics of the different theorists about, is there global warming or isn't there? Does the satellite give us the best picture rather than the kind of monitoring stations that we have at the moment? What is the truth about global warming? You're a master of environmental science or something. Tell me what the truth is. Do you know it, ma'am? No. And there's a lot of argument, and that upsets poor people like me, the public, who say, where are the forums? Where are the procedurally just processes whereby we can move from simply expressing opinion to making an informed judgment on these matters? Mad cow, global warming. You could rattle them all off, couldn't you? Where the public's confidence in its scientists is somewhat mixed. And when we get breakthrough after breakthrough, we start to get cynical, because you rarely hear a follow-up. Draw this together. There are threats to what it is to be truly human. The world is complex, it's unmanageable, and in that we have to be truly human. We need to continue to develop knowledge, but the biggest challenge will be to our intelligence and to our creativity. These are the graces of the truly human person. Let me use in 30 seconds the Granny Smith apple. There it is. An Australian product, genetically developed, with a piquant flavour all of its own. How is it constituted? Why is it a metaphor? It's a metaphor because, look at the stalk. The stalk speaks to us of the richness of tradition, what we have inherited from the past. We need to keep that. The rich inheritance, that's the stalk. The outer skin is the face we turn to the complex reality that's outside, that is an expression of who we are, what we're prepared to face, and how we're going to do it. And the soft pulp inside is the richness of the human spirit, the inner meaning that we have for ourselves, those deep thoughts that make us me and you and that person down there. And the seeds are what we are prepared to give to the next generation, out of whom we are. I challenge you to sustainable radicalism, so that when being human is being described and defined, you will see that it will be characterised by wholeness, by intelligence, and by creativity. Go to it.
My very great honour to thank Professor Brownlee for his stirring and committed address tonight. For those of you that do not know Professor Brownlee, he spoke exactly as he is. That is Professor Brownlee's philosophy, his commitment, and it is thoroughly consistent with the description I read of his total life, one of commitment to ideas, to challenges, and to a change in changing society. You have done us a great honour, Professor Brownlee, in accepting the degree of Doctor of the University. We are particularly proud that one of our own foundation professors has now reached this point and has joined the very illustrious alumni of the Doctors of Griffith University. Thank you, Arthur. I wish to add my own congratulations to the graduates, to wish you every success in your future careers, and ask that you do not forget your university, nor the challenges that Arthur has left with you tonight. The university is 25 years old this year, and we are celebrating that coming of age. We have the largest proportion of graduates as members of our Alumni Association of any university in Australia. We invite you to become a member of that association and to maintain your contact with the university, to learn of our growth, to learn of the new things we are doing, to learn how we are serving our community. Please take the time to fill in the form and become a member of the Alumni Association and keep forever in contact with your alma mater. Once again, congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is now concluded. When the fanfares begin, please rise and remain standing as the Deus Party, the staff procession and the graduates retire.